How's everyone? Mir's here. Mir, my friend, how are you? Give me 1 second. Just a bit, just a moment, and I'll be with you guys. Samir, that's a pretty long live stream. Nice. How many viewers did you end up getting? I saw someone on the live stream said you have like 50, I think it was Running Boy, said you had like 50 viewers. Nice job. That's awesome. Looking around YouTube right now, just seeing who's up, if anyone's doing any live streaming. Goga? Do you guys know Goga? He is up doing a live stream right now. He's talking about a restream. Don't know what that is. And other streaming software. I'm going to share him out if anyone wants to explore. He's got a fun channel. He's a fun live streamer. He's very animated. Covers a lot of really good information. Let's get him up just a bit. Theme music.
It's my anthem, y'all. It is not on YouTube video. It is my personal song.
Guys, hear him? You hear how infectious he is? Oscar is here. Oscar, my friend, how are you? Sending out a little message here. Maybe that's what I need. Maybe I need my own theme song. A yogi theme song. We got any musicians here? Man, I love live streamers like that. It's just so much energy. And again, you guys hear him? And he puts out so much good information. He's one, he helped out Joe Delaney. He did an interview with Joe Delaney. Give me 1 second. So that's it, guys. I'm convinced. I need a theme song. I need a yogi theme song. Let's see. Mir says, hello, sir, and beautiful people. Let's see. Asuka says, good morning, sir. Life is good, Yogi. That's awesome to hear. You know how many people will tell you otherwise? Even if life is pretty good, they will tell you otherwise. It's just the way it works sometimes. We see life through our filters. Let's see. Here says, thanks for Yogi. You're welcome, a friend. William's here. Hello, Yogi and channel. Yogi's ex-wife. Rick Carroll is next. Who's Rick Carroll? Asuka says that would be awesome to have a theme song. It would be awesome to have a theme song. I don't know anyone who would write me a theme song. I don't need a theme song. Let's see. We're here and watching. Well, welcome, my friend. I appreciate you watching. Yogi's ex-wife says rage addicts. I don't know who rage addicts are. Are? I don't know who are or is. Aegis here. Aegis says howdy. Asia, my friend. Good to see you. Man, thank you for that insight into Emily Dickinson. Sorry, I'm saying hi to my cat. Really appreciate that. Let's see. William says, hey, Mira and Oscar. Good to see you both. It absolutely is. Yogi's ex-wife says, Reddit is here. You know what? I've never really been on Reddit. Very, very slightly. Once, when I was looking for some bodyweight stuff. Bodyweight workouts. Let's see. Jennifer says, hi. Hello, Jennifer. Mira says, amazing ex-wife. Little do they know, my actual ex-wife does show up quite often. I think everyone here knows my actual ex-wife, who technically isn't an ex anything, as I've mentioned quite a bit. Mira says, amazing ex-wife. Is laughing. Dottie says, hello, my friends. Dottie, how are you? How are things going, Dottie? I see. You know, I missed an update. I'm gonna check that out after the live stream. Whoever says, did you say they would say they are good if they aren't doing well? That is pretty sad. Well, it's not good to dwell on sad things. I do not want anyone to feel as though they could not express themselves. No, but I was more insinuating that, you know, when we say that we're doing well, and then we have people who say, well, I'm not doing well, which is, you know, if it's an honest assessment, awesome. But at the same time, conditions might be the same for both of them. But because of the filters that we have, one person perceives the world with the same conditions and says, man, life is good, you know, I'm alive, I'm taking a breath. The other person with the same conditions but different filters says, man, it's miserable. I'm done. Life sucks. This is always why in the Course of Miracles they urge you to don't try to change the cause, go to the effects. I'm sorry, don't try to change the effects, go to the cause. Always address the cause, never the effects. Kyle's here. Kyle, my friend, how are you? Nice to see you back. William says, how is Mocha faring today? She had another migraine. Last night she took some migraine medicine and was a bit out of it this morning. Starting to feel better. Give me 1 second. There we go. All right. William says, hey, Dottie, been a while since I saw you. Yeah, it's been a week or so. William says, hey to Jennifer and Kyle. Dottie says, I'm full of cold, but otherwise well. Bandit GT says, hello, my friend, how are you? Lee's here. Good evening, Eric, how are you? I'm doing good, Lee, how about you? Daddy says, I've been busy with my van and looking after my parents 4 times a week, so I stay over William. Hey, how's your father doing? Daddy says, hi, Lee and Bandit. Yeah, so for those I mentioned before that I now officially have a membership. Does not roll off the tongue very well. I had a conversation with Nightwatcher. What is Nightwatcher's new name? I can never remember it. About that, and he seemed to think that it was counter to my original intent and wishes. However, I don't know. I'm still on the fence about it. I'm doing my best. I'm seeing how I can do it. And it's up. I hope to make it worth everyone's worthwhile. If I don't, guys, let me know, and we'll make some changes. I got some new video up today on the breath of fire, which is a great morning breath. Great way to start your day. It creates just the right neurochemical environment in the body, as well as helping the digestion and metabolism. Also tones the abs a bit. You could do it 20 breaths, 3 rounds in less than 3 minutes probably. And it's very, very profound. So that's the newest. So far, I've dealt mainly with breath work because, as mentioned before, I think that is the surest, easiest, and most dramatic effect that we can make on how we navigate through life. Meditation I'm going to talk about that maybe later today, has a deep and profound impact as well. But I think it might be a couple weeks, although you can measure the difference in one sitting. But I think most people start realizing in a few weeks the benefits. And a lot of people don't have a tendency to stick with it for a few weeks, so they never receive the benefits. Meditation isn't a quick fix, it's a lifelong commitment. So that's why I started with breath work. Hopefully we're going to talk about the entirety of yoga. So if anyone's interested, it is there. It's up. Oh, Prescott something Shrimpleton. That's Nightwatch's name. Aspen on pause. Man, I like that name. What a great channel name. Says hello, my friend. How are you? Web says I can't remember it either, and it would seem that way. Maybe rather than a YouTube membership, the Patreon. Not sure what else could be offered. It feels less impactful to donate 60 at once than does monthly. Yeah, I could see that. So again, the big difference as presented to me by I think it was Eric Lapointe, and well, it was definitely Eric Lapointe, and a few other people, Mocha for one, Duncan Walsh, that this way you get to focus just on the things you want to focus about, and attention isn't spread out. Not that there's anything the matter with attention being spread out. These live streams are really fun, and we do cover quite a bit, but we also veer off into the other stuff. Dottie says, "I'm sorry I missed that up above, Dottie. He isn't doing very well. Eric, kidney failure. which will not get better. I'm sorry to hear that, Dottie. Um, Dialysis, if not better, manageable. My father had stage, I think it was stage 1. I forget which is the least severe. And the doctor said, he was in his 70s when he was diagnosed with that. And they said, you can live to be 90 something. And if you capable of, if you watch your diet, if you decrease your protein, exercise, it will never get to stage 2, or it'll progress there slowly. And he managed to be able to do that. He took it quite seriously. What scared me at the time, I was still lifting pretty heavy, and I was eating a lot of protein. I was eating a fair amount of animal protein, mostly eggs, mostly fish, as I was heading towards the vegetarian path. But when the doctor said to me about my father, not to worry too much about it, because most Americans will eventually get some type of kidney disease because the amount of, and he wasn't a vegetarian or a vegan, because of the excess of protein, specifically animal protein, in their diet, that almost everyone. And I was thinking, you know what, here I am pounding 200 grams of protein a day, not at all concerned about my future. I just wanted to be bigger and stronger. And I immediately, 100% vegetarian, and a few years later, vegan. Let's see. Rueb says that's a busy schedule, Daddy. I'm glad to hear that you're able to get to spend time with them, as we only have so limited time left. Absolutely. I hope it is inclining positively for you. Mira says, William, thank you for your kindness, man. Indeed, he's a very kind person. Daddy says, Van is nearing end stages, and I'm putting off my first trip, first week of October. Well, at least it'll be finished soon and waiting for you when you're ready for that trip. Man, you definitely put in the work for that. Can't wait to see the finishing. I can't wait to see the video. Mir says, Jory, we want to see you look beautiful. And the Reaper is here. The Burpee Spartan Reaper. Is it the Burpee Spartan Reaper or the Spartan Burpee Reaper? We should be practicing that. How are we going to say it? The Burpee Spartan Reaper? Reaper says, good morning, Eric. You're on my post to my community page. I'm going to have to check that out. Reaper says, what's up, YouTube fam? Third Daddy says, Dad is 94 and he is too old for dialysis and transplant. Very frail, plus prostate cancer. So we have to keep him comfortable and love him more. Absolutely comfortable and love more. Well, my prayers are with you and your entire family. With you and your father and your entire family, Dottie. Mir says, hey, Burpee Bro, dangerous driver without a license. This is why William Downey was going to put him in a chokehold. William says, hey, Louise, welcome, sir. Very glad to see you. I might have missed you this morning. I apologize. I was getting oil changed and tires rotated for my next leg of driving. People said, yeah, it's part of life. We're coming from Mexico, and I'm not ashamed for what I did through. Let's see. I'm not ashamed for what I did through. Sorry, it's not your spelling. It's my desktop. Throughout my here in America, it had to be done. What do you mean, Reaper? Aspen on the pause says, thanks again for subbing to my channel. Absolutely, my friend. I was happy to. So we got an upcoming Burpee Reaper. 145. So how's the channel going, Aspen? Reaper says, William, I'm going to be live soon, brother. Dottie says, thanks, Eric. You're welcome, Dottie. Reaper says, as an illegal, Eric, yes. Guys, I was illegal at one point. Hard for me to think of Reaper as illegal. You know what I mean? It's I have a hard time thinking anyone as illegal, but man, if anyone belongs here, if anyone, I don't know. I have a different view on it, I guess, than a lot of people. I always say, you know what? My country, my welcome. Welcome you all. No one has carved out a better life than the Burpee Reaper. Makes me proud to be an American, to have someone like Reaper in the country. Let's see. Reaper says, unfortunately, driving without a license is part of the job. All right, so that was the whole incident with the police officer, right? Reaper says, sounds badass and Spartan up to me. Let's see. William says he had to do a lot to secure his path to where he is now and doesn't regret the challenges. What he had to give up to make it a success, I think. Absolutely. Man, we often forget. What would we do in a similar situation? You know, we'd step up. Who would we help if we had the opportunity? Everyone. Everyone. You come here to get a better life, man. All I got to say is, welcome, my friend. How can I help? What can I do? William says that is an incredible dedication, very inspirational. It is. Reaper says, exactly, Eric. I was brought here when I was 6. Caucasians brought me over. Well, man, if anyone ever had anything to say about that, all I got to say is, man, I always got Reaper's back. Goldie's here. Goldie says, hi there, lovely people. Hello there, lovely Goldie. Aspen says, pretty good. I've been gaining lots and lots of subs. My community is growing like crazy, and I've started a art competition. I'm so happy with my progress. Absolutely, you should be. Well done. Hey, are you guys subscribed to Aspirin? If possible, let's get her some more subs. Goldie says, hi there, Louise. And hi there, William. Dottie says, howdy, Goldie. Flower says, another Therian. Flower is here. The iron-fisted flower. Goldie says, exhausted. Held my shift alone until now. Wow. Are you nearing the end? Mir says, a prayers and support with you, Aspen. Absolutely. Thank you, Mir. So, Mir, we will do our best to help you, if possible. Goldie says, hi there, lovely flower. Daddy says, I just subbed you, Aspen. Flower is diving in, saying hi to everyone. Reaper says, yep, if you guys want to hear my crossing over story, let me know. It's a good one and dangerous. Hey, man, how about a video or a live stream? Because I don't know if, writing it in a comment section would do it justice. That's something, man, you need to sit down and tell people. So you say it's a good one and dangerous, but you know what? I bet you it's also inspiring. The legendary Burpee Reaper, the backstory. Mir says, Burpee Reaper. Goldie says, a little over 90 minutes to go. Well, I hope we can help carry you through a little bit, my friend. Mir says, yes, sir, we will do that. It's our job. It is, absolutely. Aspen has subbed to you, Flower. Nice. And William very, very kindly drops the link for Aspen. Awesome. Thank you, William. Goldie says, and I still have to take over and put away the ingredients. It's not inventory day, is it? Flower says that's up too. Nice. And Flower says, hi, Eric. With some of the C's, not all of the C's. I'm doing good, Flower. How's school? How's the second week of school? We got a salute from the Reaper. Let's see. Reaper says it might upset the Williams. You know what? Here's what I know about William Downey. It's not a whole lot. I know that he loves Van Halen. I know that he loves eggs. I know that he can put in some serious work in the gym. And I get the sense that he stands by his friends. He doesn't judge. If he's your friend, he's your friend. Even if you might disagree with something or whatever, I just get this feeling that William Downey is the type of person that he stands with his friends. So I don't think he'd get upset. Mir says, sir, tomorrow they did 15 Jace and we are coming live stream together. Yeah, you mentioned that. You guys mentioned that. Hey, he sent me your number as well. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Burp Reaper says, Mr. Williams. Yep, yeah, I don't think he'd get upset at all. I think he might surprise you. Goldie says, nope, inventory day was yesterday. So they know what to send over. Well, I'm glad it's not today. Making your long day even longer. Making a hard day even harder. Dottie says, yeah, how is school going, Flower? Flower says, guys, sub to Aspen. If you haven't, they post a lot. They deserve it. Absolutely. Thank you, Flower. I subbed when she first visited. Hey, guess where I met Aspen? Aspen came here from Laradox's channel. Mir says, now we see the burpees of Burpee Reaper. Yes, we see how the legend began. Oscar says, oh, Jamie's crying. We get some Van Halen lyrics there. Thank you for that, Oscar. I'm going to have to tune into your next burpee session so I can actually hear a live rendition of Oscar singing Jamie's crying. Roy says, it's okay. Bill would probably be distracted by sausage links and forget about it easily. Plus, I agree. He sticks with you no matter what. I'd like that sausage link comment. Very clever and very funny, William. Aspen says, I go back on the 29th, so I'm nervous. What grade are you going to go in, Aspen? Aspen says, thanks to Flower. Everyone should have Flower as a friend. You know that? Mir says, hey to Oscar. William says, hello to Flower. Reaper says, I do pay taxes, and damn it, I hate it. I hate it too. Sort of. I'm glad, you know what? I live in a great community. We have police officers, we have firefighters, we have libraries, we have great roads, traffic lights. It's a beautiful area that's well maintained. We have some of the best schools in the nation, actually. So I'm glad my taxes go for all of that. But we are taxed for everything. I have state tax, county tax, city tax, property taxes. 4 taxes for the same thing, for the same house. It seems to me that should be able to be streamlined. Don't mind paying taxes. I don't always like when I'm paying federal taxes where my taxes are going. Some things I don't support. However, should just make it should always be easier on the taxpayer, not easier for the government. Always, 100%. There is no government without the taxpayer. Taxpayers call the shot. What's fair? How do you make things fair for me? How do you make things fair for Louise? How do you make things fair for all of us? That's the role of government. It's not to keep saying more. My thoughts. That's as political as I'm going to get. Oscar says hi to Mir. Daddy says just sub the Oscar. Daddy, you'll appreciate Oscar's burpees. He is a hard worker. And a good guy. Reaper says, yeah, I hate it, Eric. Mir says, flower is the beauties of this world, and our flowering is beauty of our live stream. Absolutely, Mir. Beautifully said. Aspen is in Canada. She's going into 6th to 8th. I'm not saying what exactly because I'm an overthinker. William says, oops, my sledgehammer video got 10,000 views. Wow. Man, that's awesome. William says, nice. Way to go, Louise. Can you guys tell that I have been practicing saying Louise and not messing it up? That's my respect for you guys. I've been practicing saying names that I'm difficult with as a sign of respect. Doing my best. Let's see. Flower says, holy 6th to 8th. I went from 5th to 7th. For me, middle school was 5th grade to 8th grade back in the day, back in the olden day, when I had to get a covered wagon to go to and back from school. Let's see, Reaper says, pay too much for things to get fixed. And they never seem to get fixed, do they? They just create more problems. William says, we threw tea in the ocean for taxes. It's insane now. Absolutely. Flower says, oof, far. Reaper says, I'd rather keep all my money like before. Again, I don't mind paying taxes. I just think it should be equitable. Why is it that those who have more, they can afford to find loopholes to pay less? Does that seem fair? Here says, our best wishes and prayers for her safety and good health. Absolutely. Aspen says, what about you? If you don't mind, you asking Flower? Flower says, Asia Burma. Myanmar. It's another thing that I had to be tutored in how to say it. Mir says, Sir Yogi, Bloomy. There we go. Flower says, also why I said holy was because I thought it was 5th to 8th. In some places it is for me, but I was in a private school. Goldie says hi there to Oscar. Flower says, what is YHHHH blue? I do know him. Goldie says hi there to Aspen and hi to Mir. Wow, Mir says today my live stream is 21K views. Awesome. And I saw that you had 50 people watching at one time. Man, you guys are putting up insane numbers. 10,000 for Burpee Reaper and 50 viewers at once for Mir, and then 21K. Well done, guys. Reaper says, nice Mir. Flower says, wow. Flower says, if you don't mind, what your age subs, if you don't mind. What do you mean, Flower? Goldie says, hi there, lovely Dottie. I love the van is coming along. I love how the van is coming along. Oscar says, hey to Goldie. Goldie says, I've been watching on the TV. I need to check out Dottie's last video. Mir says, so Yogi Blue? Absolutely. Aspen says hello. Flower says, Yogi tried to pronounce Myanmar. 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 That's the last time. I taught you how to say it on my live stream. You did. Goldie says, I believe everyone should pay the same percent out of their income towards taxes. I agree. I agree 100%. YH is short for, yeah. That makes sense. Goldie says, middle school here is 5th to 8th. That's what it was for me. Let's see. William says, hey, Yogi, sorry to snipe your ending, sir. Our purple squad is about to go live. Four minutes. The Burpee Reaper is live. I got him up on another window. Beer says, thanks, Sir Yogi. Absolutely, my friend. Aspen says, I'm 11 to 13. Sorry again. Overthinker. Not a problem. 6 minutes until Reaper is live. Flowers says, no problem. She's 12. Recently 12. I remember way back when Flower was 11. William says, I think I need to recount a lot of tags to Lewis's post. Yep, he mentioned that he tagged me. I'll probably stay live to get an hour. But then I could end it a little bit early to hang out with Louise. Rhea says, that's all possible, Brother William. We'll see. I might stay live longer. We'll see if who shows up. Reaper says, okay, family, I'm out. I'm going to get ready to go live, I think, in 3 more minutes. Love and respect to y'all. Absolutely. Flower says, subs is another way to call Aspen. They said it in their bio. Ah, okay. Aspen says, yep, you can call me Aspen or Subs, because I used to be Subs. Subs is bored. I used to be Subs is bored. Aspen's a pretty name. Here says, and Flower is also there. Thanks, Flowers. One minute. And the Burpee Reaper is up. I also shared Goga. Goga is up. He's the one who had me thinking of... he's a fun channel. He's one of the, I think, one of the all-time great live streamers. It's just so much great information. He's fun, and he's very infectious. He draws you in with his personality, with his laughter. And as I mentioned at the beginning, he has a theme song. If anyone knows how to write a Yogi theme song, let me know. What rhymes with Yogi? Muskogee, which was a famous Hank Williams song. Hank Williams Jr. song. Okie from Muskogee. Aspen says, I unfortunately have to get ready to go to my hockey camp. Again, bye, guys. And thanks a lot. You're welcome, my friend. Enjoy the hockey camp. Aspen says, thanks. You're welcome. I'm going to share out Reaper's live stream. Everyone says, have a good time. So, Flower, you still enjoying school? William says, I ripped open 2 blisters today and cut a layer of skin below it. Finger is on fire right now, but I have a nice getting to put in work with his stepdad. Nice. What kind of work did you guys do? So, yep, I'm going to check out after the live stream. I'm going to check out Dottie's update. I missed it yesterday. Always unfortunate when we miss someone's stuff. Our friend Mayhem and Miracles was up live. I think she still is. If you guys are looking to grow your channels, that's the place to do it. That place, as well as James Skype Gype. Checking in on Reaper. He is now live, but hasn't yet to make an appearance. William Downey is here. William, how are you? We were talking about you. Good stuff. I had mentioned the things I know about William Downey. I saw on Mir's page that you said you had a doctor's appointment. William says it's actually doing well. Good to hear that. Everything okay with the for the follow-up? Nothing to be concerned about? Yeah, I said, here's what I know for sure about William Downey. He likes Van Halen. He likes eggs. He knows how to put in a serious workout. And I surmise, never met William in person, I get the feeling that William Downey is the type of guy that sticks by the people that he cares about. That William Downey is the type of guy that would have your back without you ever having to turn to William and say, do you have my back? You would just know. Those are my thoughts. William Hart says, hey to Bill. William Downey says, oh, and Flower, or I'm sorry, not Flower. William mentioned, and will not eat a sausage link. Will not eat a sausage link, and probably not a banana on YouTube. Let's see. William Downey says, well, nailed it, Yogs. William Hart says, I pray for good news. Happy to see you, sir. William Downey says, hi, Mr. Hart. So it's funny how you can get to know someone doing YouTube live streams. I think if you would ask William Downey, what do you know for certain about Eric, about Yogi? He could say with 100% certainty, well, he's bald. He wears glasses. And did I mention he's bald? There you go. See? William says, I wanted to see a review of those pizzas, the Pieology. William Downey says he's a wise, smart man. Just give me a second, guys. Hey, I missed a couple new shorts from William. I see he's got a guitar. I'm going to check that out right after the live stream. Checking in on Reaper. Not quite up yet. William says, and I enjoy being here in your community, Yogi. Great work you're doing here. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, you know, I got lucky. I got lucky with the right people coming by and hanging out. For whatever reason, they stopped in and they decided to keep hanging out. Talked about that with Flower before. She actually, she felt bad for me. She saw this lonely bald guy in his office without anyone watching his live stream. And she's like, you know what? I'm just going to go and keep him company. And then she kept showing up every day. I'm not sure. I'm never sure how some people end up. I don't actually know how William ended up here. Eric Lapointe was having a bad day, and the algorithms on his phone, YouTube, had me talking about breath work if you're having, you know, if you're under stress. And he tuned in, and he's been showing up ever since. Let's see. Aspen's back. Says, turns out I have a few minutes. Wish me some luck. Oops. I got to go get to my appointment. Wish me luck. Good luck, my friend. William says, I do not know if you've been practicing. That is a skill, like riding a bike almost. Oh, on the guitar? Yeah, it's definitely a skill. Aspen says, so I read that. A few minutes to spare. Well, thank you for coming back and spending it with us. William says, luck is continuously wished. William says, yeah, I think you mentioned that. Swiping through lives is how I got here. I was Zoom scrolling shorts, hit a live where it asked to watch live. You mentioned something spiritual, but not religion, and I was instantly intrigued. I do not like oppressive views taking priority. Me neither. Man, I was certainly given enough of them going to Catholic school. I mentioned yesterday, you know, we had religion class, and it had absolutely nothing to do with religion. We could have called it a indoctrination class. If you asked any questions about any other religion, you were basically hushed. We don't talk about that here. If you ask any questions of why did this happen? Why did Jesus do this? Why did Jesus say that? Why did God, whatever, why did God create the universe? You weren't supposed to ask why. Just accept that it happened. And of course, you can never come to a true faith without questioning. You're supposed to question. You don't settle on God. You open to God. William says, however, you were completely open and welcoming. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I absolutely do my best. Let's see. Checking in. I don't see any reps yet. Aspen says, I personally am Catholic, but a lot of stuff in the Bible and WTVR generally confuses me. I was raised Catholic. I think it's perfectly okay to be confused. That's how you get to that clarification. Working through the confusion, working with the confusion. We're supposed to be confused. Things are supposed to intuitively make sense. Our heart is supposed to open to the news that we hear. And if we find it closing down, then there's no way. We can never accept God. We can never accept Jesus. We can never accept Allah. We can never accept Krishna with a closed heart. So we ask the all-important questions, and we see if there's a shift. Maybe there will be, maybe there isn't. That's the nature of faith. We all come to it in different ways. But if you keep shutting people down when they have a question of faith and saying, well, that's not faith because you're questioning it, how do you ever arrive to it? You have to be a seeker before you can find what is being sought. However, if you continuously stay a seeker, you also never find. For me, somewhere along the lines, I made a shift from seeker to explorer, a different energy. Seeker's on a mission. I got to get from point A to point B. I got to get from not knowing God to knowing God. I got to get from not being awakened to awakening. But explorer, everything's a possibility. Everything's a path to explore. Everything is the destination. If you're exploring, do you ever say, this isn't where I want to be? When you're exploring, even if it's somewhere you've been before, it's a new experience. You're always diving in, always getting to the essence of it. William says, it was never said we cannot question. It was to me in my religion classes growing up. But you're right. In the Bible and the New Testament, William says the book of Job is nothing but someone questioning God. Hey, Goldie pointed this out to me a few, maybe last week or the week before, with Jesus on the cross saying, why have you forsaken me? William says, faith, but question still. It's an excellent point, William. So you know it's serious business with the Burpee Reaper because it's got the socks pulled up. All right. He's live now. Oh, William says, I thought he was going live with everyone. My apologies. I saw a bunch of tags on community posts. I think he was just calling it to our attention that he was getting in his reps. William says, I don't know if that was him telling, that that was him telling or sharing he was with. He was telling, definitely telling. Let's see. I'm going to stay live for just a little bit longer. Gonna see if we can help Goldie make it through. She said, what did she say? She had, was it 45 minutes left? I don't remember now. However, just a little bit. So, hey, I want to mention, William, I very much appreciate you getting the membership. But never make it difficult for yourself. I'm more than willing to help you out any way that I can. And you know, as a friend, I never withhold anything from you. I don't teach someone. The purpose of the channel isn't to teach something that I don't teach to someone else. Isn't to show secret breath work, secret yogi breath work techniques that I wouldn't show anyone else. It isn't to not teach meditation to anyone. It's to there, I'll only do it. You know what I mean? I'm not interrupted. This is what we're offering. Versus here, we're able to go in all kinds of different directions. But I'm always going to be inclusive in what I offer. Let's see. Lee's here. Lee says, hey, Eric, just making boys some cake. I'm back now. Awesome. I'm going to piggyback on William's question. What kind of cake we got? I have not not had cake in several years. William says, just carrot cake, yummy. You know what? I've never had carrot cake. I've had lots of carrots. Hey, Lee, you still thinking about that pumpkin pie? William says, yes, sir, thank you. I will attempt to ensure I do not disadvantage myself. Make a subscription work. Good. I want to make sure that I got your back. As I appreciate the fact that you've had mine here. Lee says, oh yes, Eric, absolutely. Hey Lee, I don't think I asked you this. What type of chef are you? William says, I love carrots, and I have tried carrot cake, but they usually wildly too sweet for me, especially the cream cheese frosting. He says he was just talking to the boys about it. William says, pumpkin pie is my absolute favorite. Man, I think it might be mine too. You can't go wrong with pumpkin anything. William says, well, second to a honestly good peanut butter. I wondered if it's possible to combine the two. Has anyone ever heard of a peanut butter pumpkin pie? He says, William, it is a sweet cake. The frosting can vary. The frosting can be very rich. William says, or any kind of nut butter, just get some pistachio nut butter in, and it's freaking 10 out of 10. What about, I love almond butter. Maybe not as much as peanut butter, but it's still pretty good. William says, are you a chef, Lee? Aspen has never had pumpkin pie. Man, that needs to be fixed, Aspen. Lee says, I'm a sous chef. Hey, Lee, have you ever watched the American show, The Bear? Lee says, my specialties would be desserts and pastries. Man, there's so much creativity in cooking in general, but in desserts and pastries, to me, I think that is the artistry of artistry as far as cooking's concerned. Roy says, no, but sounds amazing. You could probably use pumpkin pie and an egg roll and use a nut butter sauce for it. It just makes me wonder, would those two flavors blend well together? William says, I wish I could do that. Lee, hey, William, what about if you applied for scholarships or financial aid for culinary school? I bet you would make an excellent chef. I bet you make an excellent pastry chef. Lee says, although I enjoy prepping fish and sauces. Hey, Lee, how did you did you go to culinary school? Or did you work your way up through the ranks? William says, cannot afford schooling. Not even with financial aid. Might be places that would give a full scholarship. William says, would not be able to do any meats myself. Man, I wish I could help you. I would send you to Moga thought about this. Vegan culinary school. And they have them. Imagine how creative you could be. Vegan pastries. I bet you if you got a job, hey, William, look at Great Sage in Clarksville, Maryland. That's my pancake place. See if they're hiring. Because maybe if you got a job working in the kitchen and ask them, and they're almost always hiring, and you ask them, hey, can I get on the job training? Working your way up through the ranks. He says, let's have a piece together of pumpkin pie together. I could do that. Speaking of Great Sage, they'll probably have their vegan pumpkin pie probably within a month. Probably it's September, maybe October. They try to be pretty seasonal. That would be fun. That would be a fun live stream. We're going to have to send Aspen pumpkin pie. Aspen says, laughing out loud for Thanksgiving. I usually just say, hey, no thanks. I'll try it next time. So, okay, so you've had it there. You just never tried it. Man, you are in for an eye-opener, my friend. I can't wait for Thanksgiving now, just to hear what Aspen has to say about pumpkin pie. Lee says, it's a chance to showcase imagination on a plate, and most flavors can go together. I like deconstructing classic dishes. So, Lee, what do you think of pumpkin and peanut butter? What would Lee do to make a pumpkin peanut butter pie? William says, I think it would turn out well and literally cannot. It's part of my small debt at the moment. So you might be able to get a job in a kitchen with the promise of, hey, I want to work my way up. I want to be a chef. And as you're doing it, you can pay off some of your loans, and then you can start thinking about maybe a culinary institution. We have a couple great ones here. Vegan chef, William the vegan chef. Lee says, William, I think you should go for it. Who says I were not qualified? My loans are in forbearance. Great Sage, that's it. And then after that, just look up vegan restaurants. I'm just the only reason I'm saying vegan is because you said you'd have trouble. You won't do with the meat. You don't want to prepare meat. So vegan restaurants are popping up all over the place. You might even be able to get in the ground floor and say, hey, I just want to learn. I want to learn to be a chef. Lee says, I went to college at 16, did a course, then got a job in a kitchen. I actually started as a kitchen porter, washing dishes, then began to serve soup and sorbets and progressed from there. That's awesome. So, William, you can do that. You're ambitious. You're looking for your calling. Man, is there any greater calling than feeding people? Than creating something that pleases the senses, that leaves them feeling satisfied, more than satisfied. You're giving them life, substance. That's amazing. And presenting it in a work of art. Lee says, I'm Googling it now. Eric, Great Sage, yep. That is my vegan pancake place. No matter what was going on with Mocha and I, for, 15 plus years, we went out to dinner the night of our divorce. That was our place. And as long as we had that, we were never separated. You know what I mean? No matter what was going on in our lives, we had a Sunday brunch. We had dinner there maybe once, twice a week, depending. And in the early days of vegan, it was, for us, it was certainly helpful to have someone preparing our food, you know? William says, I recall after this live. Nice. I just got excited for you, William. I think you could find a restaurant that will train you. They almost always need someone. And you could say, hey, I'll start at the bottom, as long as I have the promise of working my way up. Lee says, would you maybe buy one, Eric, and show us all? That would be awesome to see how you review it. Scoop of vegan ice cream. Man, scoop of vegan vanilla ice cream would be awesome. You know, I haven't had anything other than the same meals every single day for probably 2 years, maybe 3 years. My system might go into shock with pleasure. My senses might explode. And you guys would see it here on a live stream. Aspen says, I'm texting my mom asking her to buy some pumpkin pie. Hey, Aspen, that would be a live stream. Let us know if you live stream your very first pumpkin pie. That would be awesome. Aspen, that might get you to 1,000 subscribers. Muhammad is here. Muhammad, my friend, how are you? All right, Aspen says, oh, I have to go for real now. Bye. Have an amazing day. Have a great time at camp. Lee says, would you, yep, read that. Would have run that idea past Mocha. As she would like to sit and have, man, I can't have pumpkin pie without Mocha. Rob says you could peanut butter flavor and pie dough, or make a peanut butter whipped cream, peanut butter sauce. I love the peanut butter sauce. Man, that would be good. Lee says, Eric, that's a very interesting idea. I'm thinking a peanut butter and pumpkin ice cream now. Peanut butter and pumpkin ice cream. You see, now this was inspired by William talking about peanut butter and pumpkin. What's your favorite pancake? Vanilla, blueberries. Maybe with a lemon glaze. Although I'll be honest with you, if it's vanilla and blueberries, I don't need a glaze. A lot of people, man, sometimes they do with chocolate pancakes. I don't need chocolate on my pancakes. I need pancakes on my pancakes. I need extra pancakes on my pancakes. I need more pancakes on my pancakes. William says, I've worked a lot of cooking ideas. The only reason I did not try was because my dad would say someone else has already wasted all the time doing that already. Just buy the box. Well, now you know it's not a waste of time. It's creativity itself. It's inspired. He says, William, you have some fantastic ideas. I'm intrigued by your knowledge. Yeah, absolutely. William says, now that I have moved, I will start my pursuit for real now. Man, for me, I mentioned the word Dharma, Dharma, which means purpose. Everyone has a Dharma. It doesn't necessarily correspond with a job, but it can. And I think when someone is any kind of a chef, they are following the Dharma, because when you know, when you love it, you love it. I was a cook, short order cook. I was a head cook. It was not my Dharma. I got by. I lucked into the job because they needed one. The guy that was the cook, I was a dishwasher. He didn't show up. And they said, guess what? You're the new head cook. But it feels to me like maybe we're on a path here for William and his Dharma. Maybe. William says, now I have read that. I'm secretly working on a new pizza sauce. It will probably be wild. Man, if you made a vegan pizza, imagine making your own vegan cheese. That's a big thing for Mocha. She's always on the search for the perfect vegan cheese. William says, hello, Mohammed. Alyssa says, hello, friends. Alyssa, my friend, how are you? Hey, I haven't gotten an email yet, but let me know if you're still going to send it. William says hello to Alyssa. Without Mocha or without Mocha? Without my Mocha. William says, I imagine both are good. I'm not big on the other Mocha. I'm big on my Mocha, but not the other Mocha. William says, sweet or tart blueberries? You know what? I'm not picky about my blueberries. You put in the blueberries that you have, and I'll be happy with them. I like them both. And sometimes when they're mixed, I put them in my oatmeal every morning. Sometimes you get that perfect spoonful and the perfect blueberry. Everything blends together so perfectly as you're eating it. And sometimes that perfection is with a sweet blueberry. Sometimes that perfection is with a tart blueberry. Life is continuously giving us surprises. If you can get a surprise in a spoonful of oatmeal, imagine how wonderful life actually is. The little things, guys, man, it is all about the little things. You can go searching for enlightenment. You can go hike the Appalachian Trail, which is always a dream of mine. I've hiked sections of it. You can do all kinds of stuff. But if you can't find complete joy and happiness in a spoonful of oatmeal, you're not going to find it anywhere. If you can't take a forkful of awesome pumpkin pie and be complete in enlightened when you're eating it. Enlightenment is the absence of another. It's complete oneness, which is always present all the time. When you take a forkful of pumpkin pie, the best pumpkin pie that you've ever had, and there's such a thing as bad pumpkin pie. I haven't experienced it. Everything drops away except for the taste. This is one wonderful thing about Lee being a chef, especially a pastry chef. He's bringing enlightenment. When you bite into something that good, when you take a forkful, a spoonful, whatever, of something that good, everything drops away. Everything drops away. There's just the experience itself. Now, after the experience, you start filling it in and you say, man, that was really good, or man, that was heavenly, or man, that was whatever. But the moment itself, that's what it's all about. That's what you guys are giving people. Lisa said, I make homemade peanut butter shakes with frozen vanilla yogurt and throw some fresh spinach into. Wow, that sounds really good. Peanut butter shakes, but man, frozen vanilla is anything vanilla. I've mentioned this before. Anything vanilla is good. Lee says, hey to Alyssa. We were just talking about Prescott F. Shrimpleton before. It's your favorite entitled shrimp. I still think you need to put the third on. Prescott F. Shrimpleton the third. If you're going to try to sound pretentious, go all the way. Let's see. William says, I allowed myself to defeat myself instead of allowing myself to see his combativeness as a challenge to overcome. Hey, there's all kinds of ways to see that combativeness. Remember, it's definitely going through his own filters. He's projecting his own fears. And a lot of that fear deep down is about you. Insecurity. So look past all that and see the innocence of your father and proceed from there. Because that sets you free. And you and I talked about that before. Freedom is everything, guys. Being free of our own stuff, the best that we're capable of. Imagine how creative you can be, William, when you're free of all that stuff. When you imagine your father's face when he finally tastes your homemade pizza sauce. When you make the perfect pumpkin peanut butter pie, and he sees, man, this is what it's all about. William Downey is back. Hey, William, we're talking about pumpkin pie. We're talking about enlightenment and pumpkin pie. William says, hello, Mr. Bill, what is your verdict? How much time until they can tell you? Alyssa says, yes, I will send it today. Awesome. You have my email address, right? William says, clean bill of health. Let's get big. Awesome. Alyssa says, last year I made blueberry zucchini bread. Wow. I eat blueberries every day. I eat blueberries every day too. Actually, sometimes twice a day. Sometimes in my second bowl of oatmeal for the day, I will put strawberries in instead of blueberries. Strawberries are pretty awesome too. William says, no tumors. Man, that's good news. Appreciate you sharing that with us, Bill. William says, after hearing my news, I think I'm going to have 3 chili dogs and a soda. Hey, chili dogs. Is that an acceptable live stream food? Or should hot dogs in general, only be eaten in the privacy of your home? William says, nice, incredibly good update. Time to celebrate burpees. I don't know. We got chili dogs in one hand. We got burpees on the other. Which one is William Downey going to choose? Burpees, chili dogs. Man, I got to say it's probably a toss up. William says, "Listen, that's incredible. I have not heard anyone else eating Zouk bread, and it's a very delicious bread. You can do a lot with zucchini." William says, "Shrimpleton, you missed flour by mere moments too." Yep, you did. Lisa says, "I love zucchini bread." William Hart, and I'm not a big bread person. I have Ezekiel bread every day. Bread has gotten such a bad rap. It used to be the very sustenance of life. You wouldn't have a meal without some type of bread, and it was healthy. It was whole grain. It was good for you. It was filling. Some people literally did survive on bread. And now, man, I don't even know if you can call some of the stuff in a supermarket actual bread. William says, it is deserved to say the least. Maybe Sasha's links are in order. Maybe they are. Nope. William says, not yet. Another 100 subs. You know what? I need to check. I need to check on the 197. Well, that was a big jump. 198. You gained another. I just refreshed your page. When I looked at it, because I had you up, because I wanted to watch you play guitar, it said 197. I hit refresh, 898. Man, that's awesome. You're way ahead of the goal date, which was 1/1/25. Alyssa says yes, thank you, Eric. Absolutely. Eat a lot of oatmeal too, sometimes with bananas, but mostly with blueberries. I do both. Here's my oatmeal. Let me catch up real quick. That William says I'm starting to see that more and more, and he is working through a lot. I don't want people to think I hate him. We just have a lot to work through, but we are on good terms right now. Yep, I never thought that you hated him. I had a contentious relationship with my mom, and when she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, all of it ended in an instant. I was a caregiver. I made a vow I would never, certain things I would never do. I would never say to her, I just told you. I would never say, don't you remember? I would never put her in a position where she felt anything other than being my mother. Same when I became caregiver for my father. I was a caregiver, but he was my father. So, yeah, I understand that, William. So, real quick, William Downey says, no, alone. All right, chili dogs. I should put that in my big book of William Downey wisdom. You can have your Dao Di Jing. You can have your Bhagavad Gita. All I need is a big book of William Downey wisdom. Whoever says dogs right now. So, oatmeal. A lot. I have a lot of oatmeal. And I always like having a little bit of cinnamon mixed in with the oatmeal. I put 1 or 2 dates. I put 1 or 2 bananas. And then I top it. I put in just a little bit of natural preserves. Lately, it's been an apple cinnamon preserve, organic apple cinnamon preserve that I got. Really good. I should say Mocha got for me. And then I top it off with blueberries. But every couple of days, instead of blueberries on my second bowl of oatmeal, it will be strawberries. William says, depends. If I eat publicly, I will cut the chili dogs up. If alone, I'm eating them like tacos, and there is no tomorrow. William says, William Hart, it's because it was commercialized and demolished for profit. Yeah, absolutely. Turning it into a non-nutritious, non-filling, out and out dangerous. Is there any greater danger than Wonder Bread? Unless you put mayonnaise on it. Barb says, hello everyone. Hugs and blessings to one and all. Just got back from the cancer orientation. You all would have loved it. They were using Zen bowls for relaxing. Nice. That does sound pretty awesome. Barb says she recorded some and we'll put it up later. Well, thanks for sharing it, Barb. It sounds like it was productive for you. Let's see. Alyssa says, been using oatmeal bread and want to try Ezekiel bread. I love Ezekiel bread. I read that the sprouted is good, but goes bad fast. I keep it in the refrigerator, and it'll last for 2 weeks. I keep it frozen until I need it, and then I put it in the refrigerator. Warren says hi to Barb. Warren says sprouted can go bad fast, yes. But it keeps sprouted bread and Ezekiel bread in the fridge, which makes it last much longer. Absolutely. Warren says, hey, I just wanted to say hello to everyone. I'm driving right now on Interstate 10. I can't type hello to everyone individually, but hello. Thank you, William. Lisa says mom had Alzheimer's too. And I love how you never asked if she didn't remember. Used to argue with my dad because he didn't have that patience with her. It's hard because we're conditioned. We're conditioned we're conditioned by harshness, and we're scared. We're projecting that fear out, and we project it on our loved ones, sadly, unfortunately. I was very fortunate that I had been, at that point, I'd been meditating for decades already. And I think that gives you an underlying sense of patience, because you can't learn to meditate without learning to be patient with yourself, because you're going to mess up. You're going to sit down to use your mantra or follow your breath and immediately go in a different direction. And then you remember, I'm not supposed to be thinking these thoughts. I'm supposed to come back to the mantra. But if you punish yourself, that's just more distractions. And the ego is tricky that way. The mind is tricky that way. It wants you to be distracted, because the art of meditation is to diminish the ego. It's to not take it so seriously any longer. Lisa says, how long does it last in the fridge? William, for me, it'll last about 2 weeks. Yep, William says the same thing. Barb says yes, and know some of the tones were pitched, so high it gave me a headache. Yeah, they need to keep it in that healing range. What's the hertz? The hertz that corresponds with love? That's where they need to keep it. William says the seal date on the bag is merely a suggestion. Yeah, if I don't see out and out mold on it, I'm going to eat it. Lisa says, oh, well, knowing that, I'll definitely try it. Our friend Wolf is here. Wolf says, hi, Yogi, and to Williams. Wolf says, hey, Wolf, Bill has communicated, he says, but hey, but it's driving right now. He's driving right now. Yep. Wolf says, hi to Alyssa. Goldie says, hi there, Wolf. As well as hi to Alyssa. Barb says hi there, Goldie Sis. Sabine's here. All my favorite people. Lissa says, hi Moon Wolf, how are you? Sabine says, good afternoon and good evening to everyone. How are you doing, Sabine? Sabine says, hi, Yogi Eric. William says, welcome back, Goldie. Hello, Sabine. Welcome, Bill. Welcome, Bill says, hi, he's driving. William says, yes, 432 hertz. Exactly. That's it. When we're healing, no frequency should agitate us. Let's see. Barb says, the lady came around the room hitting one bell and held it right next to the ears. That hurt. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good healing modality. Goldie says, as a child, I ate around the mold. Yeah, that's something my parents would have told me to do. Speed says, hello to Goldie. Thank you all. I'm fine. How are you doing? I'm glad to hear that you're doing fine, Sabine. William says, same Goldie, food is food when you're hungry. Absolutely. That's what Goldie says. Yes, William Hart. William says, is the shoulder feeling any better from this morning, Sabine? Goldie says, I'm exhausted. 23 more minutes till we close. Well, I'm glad the day is almost over for you, my friend. Barb says it made me more jittery, and I wanted to leave the room. Not good. No, it isn't good at all. Everything has to be tailored towards the person that is healing. Wolf says, Sabine, how is Bax and Timo? Goldie says, by the way, Sabine, Princess Vampire is now Vamps. I changed the name. Sabine says, I took some ibuprofen, so that should work. Goldie's going to start the cleanup soon. Brewer says, that may only be temporary. I'm sure you do, but please take care of yourself. Absolutely. Barb says, we all had cancer, but different kinds and different stages. That's a good gathering. People coming together to heal, to share experiences. Nee is here. Nee says, hey, you. Nee, how are you? William says, just claim the kitchen has started closing already. They can place orders for tomorrow. So we've been talking a lot about cooking and pumpkin pie and oatmeal and blueberries and peanut butter and vanilla. It's been a good conversation. I'm glad I stayed. I almost ended the live. I am going to end it in about just a few minutes. Wolf says, I figured Timo would be editing. Yep, that's a safe bet. Goldie says, to Moonwolf, they are both fine. Timo is just editing a video and Bax is lying right beside him. Goldie says, hi there, Nee. Let's see. Goldie says, William Hart, update on your travels in private if you want. Who says Timo is a editing grandmaster now? Yeah, I believe so. Man, I love blackberries, Barb. Barb says they had berries for lunch there. Blackberries, mulberries, and strawberries with cantaloupe. Nice. Yeah, blackberries are our favorite. William says, presently visiting, but planning to leave Friday. Maybe, but a potential option has been yielded, to which I will be calling about after this live. Vamps is here. Prescott says, I should add that third to the end? Sure. Prescott F. Shimpleton III. Could it possibly sound any more pretentious than that? Prescott F. Shimpleton sounds pretty pretentious. But man, you add that third, and you got it. You locked it up. Vamp says, great news from William Hart. Barb says, I thought blueberry was your fave. I do love blueberries. Definitely love blueberries, but blackberries, man. I don't know. I am subject to change. My fave is whatever. My favorite's usually what I'm eating right now. If I'm eating blueberries, I'm going to tell you blueberries are my favorite. If someone would put blackberries in my oatmeal, I would say, man, is there anything better than blackberries and oatmeal? Lisa says, who loves blackberry dumplings? I've never had a blackberry dumpling, but now I'm pretty sure I want a blackberry dumpling. Roy says, I would love to try that. Melissa. Vamp says, it's still me, Goldie. Speed says, I do, Alyssa. Wolf says, hi, Prescott and Vamps. Man, William tops it. Says, add sir as a prefix and use triple I, like 1, 2, 3, but capital for Roman 3. Oh yeah, definitely got to do the Roman 3. Yes, sir. Yeah, I was thinking he had locked it up with the third, but adding the sir, that's it. That is the crown of pretentiousism. Optimob is here. Wolf says, hi at the Timo and Bax. Timo said, sorry, I had a creative man in my head. Man, when you got one in your head, you got to go with it. You know? Barb says, blackberry bread pudding. I've never had bread pudding. Was to die for when I was younger. My aunt made the best. Guys, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I apologize, guys. All right, Alyssa says that's not fun, Barb. I love all berries. Yeah, I'm pretty much sold. I don't think I've ever had a berry that I didn't like. Well, I'm not huge on cranberries. I'll eat them, and sometimes they're good in something, but I wouldn't sit down with a bowl of cranberries. I could sit down with a bowl of blueberries or blackberries and just eat it straight out of the bowl. Sir Prescott F. Shimpleton III. Absolutely, there it is. The most pretentious title ever. Lisa says, to Sabine, I've been wanting to make some, just have to find some good berries. Optimob says, it's finished. The video is to see tomorrow morning. Awesome. I look forward to it, as I look forward to everything from Optimob. Web says the is implied with a third as well. Oh, absolutely. Barb says, yes, but seed always gets skipped. I don't eat jellies or jams with them anymore, and I miss them. I have just a teaspoon of preserves in my oatmeal every day. I have a fig preserve I have not tried yet. Some people love figs. Our friend Odom, he might pop up if you hear me mention figs. Some people don't. Oh, can't change his name anymore. Well, you're right where you need to be. Sir Prescott F. Shimpleton III. Well done. Optimob says to Sir Prescott F. Shimpleton III. Yeah, you could have left out the as William said, as it's implied. Interesting profile picture. I don't think I looked at it yet. That is interesting. Speed says, Lisa, my mom always made them. I never made them myself, but I love them. Lisa says, yes, cranberries aren't on my list of faves either. I would imagine, William, that you probably like cranberries, right? Because they're generally pretty tart. Prescott says, my profile picture is a painting of a shrimp drinking a glass of champagne. As shrimps are prone to do. As shrimp are apt to do. Barb says, Alyssa, it is, I love beans, but I have to make a soup out of them, for I can't eat or digest the skins. I love most raw veggies, but can't have them anymore. Hey, Barb, what about lentils? As they don't really have much of a skin to them. Boom says, I would definitely tune in, Timo. Excited as always to see your masterpieces. Absolutely. Optimob says, to Prescott, I love your picture. Let's see. Optimob says you will tomorrow. My short video. Looking forward to it. William says, if anything, leaving the adds extra pretension. Barb says, or Alyssa says, Barb, I bet it's hard to have to not eat so many things you like. Yeah, that's true. Timo says, sorry, I'm doing 3 things at the same time. I'm thinking in German and translate. Not a problem. Barb says she's diabetic, so the raw was great for that. The diet for it. But when I got Crohn's, It is mostly white and soft. I'm very picky now. Yeah, I mentioned my sister has Crohn's. She's literally had yards of intestines removed. Barb says, don't know, never ate them. Oh, yeah, lentils. That's my standby. Lentils with rice, lentils with barley, sometimes lentils with quinoa. Rob says, I cannot place a distinct flavor for them. I don't remember the last time I had them by themselves. We get a preview from Optimob. Oh, it came up unavailable. Rob says it says private for me. Yeah, for me it came up unavailable. Barb says seafood is the best of what I need to eat. And you are in the right place for it, that's for sure. Fresh seafood in Louisiana. Optima says only 23 seconds. All right, now we can see it. Let's go back up here. Hold on, guys. We're going to do a preview of a preview. There we go. Well, that is intriguing. Oops. Sorry, guys. I apologize. All right. Man, way to put together an intriguing video, Timo. Sorry for my own technical difficulties. That shows you the extent. I had a hard time moving a phone from one position to another, so you can imagine any other technical stuff, how bad it would be for me. Barb says, yes, and living 30 minutes from the Gulf of Mexico is great. Yeah, I bet. Barb says, have not had much seafood. Yeah, I'm about 30 minutes from the Chesapeake Bay, so of course crabs are huge here. Oysters are big here. Shrimp is big. Barb says, well, born and raised in Louisiana, would be kicked out of the Cajun life if I didn't eat seafood. You probably don't find many vegan Cajuns. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap things up for the afternoon. I will be back in a little over 2 hours. If you guys have not had enough of yogi, it's easy to do. A little bit of yogi goes a long ways, guys. Coming back, say hi. We'll hang out. I don't know if our friend Reaper is still up. I would imagine so. As when he puts in the reps, he puts in the reps. So I'm going to come by and say hi. Appreciate you guys hanging with me. Barb says, blessings one and all. Blessings to you, my friend. Blessings to you and Wolf. Barb says, the good thing about being a vegan chef is meat eaters can eat vegan and not get shamed. So food will be universal. Absolutely. And imagine being able to please both vegans and meat eaters. That's a big thing. Spleen says, but it could be we will are asleep by then. Understandable. And if you guys are asleep, I know I'm going to see you in the morning. It's always nice. Sometimes I get to start my day and end my day with Sabine and Timo. William says, good evening, everyone. Optimob says, and I go with Bax. Take care, my friends. I might see you guys over at Louis. Make sure to check out our friends. So you can subscribe to Alyssa as well. I know she's not putting content up right now, but who knows? It's good to stay connected. All right, with that. Optimop says, what time do you see the full video? I'm looking forward to it. Mark says, how's it going, Eric? Good, Mark. We're just calling it afternoon. I'm glad you made it in to say hi. It's always nice to see you. Optimob is already subbed to Alyssa. Awesome. All right. Sabine is already connected with Alyssa. Nice. You guys are always one step ahead of me. As it should be. Because I'm generally one step behind anyone anyway. All right. Hey, again, guys, I appreciate you coming here and hanging out with me. Almost ended the live stream over an hour ago. And I decided to keep it up. And I'm glad I did because the conversation just kept getting better and better. Dreadson says, what up, though? Dreadson, how are you? Appreciate you coming in. Optimob says, we live 6 hours in the future. So they can catch me up to date on what's going to be happening. We get a wave from Dreadson. Speed says, bye. Dreadson, we're calling it an afternoon. I'll be back later. Dreadson says, feeling fine. Hope you all are thriving. Thank you, my friend. Doing pretty good as well. I'm glad to hear that you are. Hope to see you later. Come on back if you're able. Dreadson says, peace, and peace to you, my friend. Guys, take care.